Hello guys, today it's Monday the 15th of January, new week. I'm excited. We just want to record a video to give some thoughts on the market. We've had a big week last week and a massive weekly close in my opinion. So we have a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. Big sweep of some key highs, but we'll get into that in a second, right? So I'll give my thoughts, what I'm sort of expecting, where I want to do business, what I think of altcoins, stuff like that. Before we get into that, quickly want to give a shout out to VELA Exchange, my sponsors. They're hosting a Grand Prix starting in 4 hours right now actually, and those mysterious credits that showed up on the VELA Exchange the last couple days, we now almost fully know what they're going to be used for. So you need to get as many credits as you can, and that will give you a rank. And when you get into the top 100 on the leaderboard, you will get rewards, right? And you will get credits by obviously trading volume, stacking rewards, right? All stuff like that. And on top of that, there will be challenges. Okay, so everything will be clear once it starts. But it's very excited. It's something unique, something I haven't really seen before. So I'm really excited for this one. You can still sign up to VELA and make your account. I left a link on Twitter here, and I'll also leave one in the description, which you can use. You get 8% reduction on your fees, and you get access to my Discord group. So send me a DM if you want, and then you can try out the exchange and join this Grand Prix. Prize pool up to $1 million. Okay, so that's really nice. I'm excited for this. So yeah, go check it out. Right now, the markets. So for Bitcoin, right? We have been talking about this key high here for ages, okay? Ever since we were trading down here, since I got bullish on this reclaim, right? The ultimate target, the main target for spot buys and for longs was this high, okay? I posted about it last week live as well on the hourly that went above here, even on the 15 minutes at the exact local top. I said I was selling some spots, which I did. Unfortunately, I only sold 10%. Well, unfortunately, I mean, we could have went a lot higher here, right? We could have went for 50Ks, 52Ks, then I would have sold more. My plan, at least, was to sell 40% of my spot Bitcoin above this high. But I had layered asks, right, above this high. First ones were filled, 10% got sold. I had more at 50K, 52, 56, all the way to 58. Okay, unfortunately those didn't get filled, but we had some nice sells. And now price aggressively, in my opinion, broke down again. And we closed back within the range that we've been trading in for these last couple weeks, to be honest. Let's remove these. So what does that mean? Well, last week's sweep was kind of significant in my opinion. Why? It didn't only sweep all of the local liquidity, right? Which is important. For example, on this move, right? We swept local liquidity, but it wasn't that key because we didn't sweep any high time frame liquidity. And on last week's move, that's what happened. We swept high time frame key liquidity being at this weekly high, right? It's even a monthly high. As you can see, this March candle, right? The bounce from the initial higher low that broke us below 30K, and where the initial real breakdown started from. So we swept that key liquidity and closed back within the range. So my thoughts immediately are gonna be, well, I think price is due for a bigger retrace in my opinion, okay? Why I also think that is because now you have a really clean invalidation on shorts. You know that where was the breakdown from, what was the sideways price action and the local sweep that led to all of this downside. Well, we haven't seen that much downside yet, but we did get, let's see, we did get from the local high, we are down like 15% already, which is kind of significant, right? So what was I saying? You do have a really clean validation right now, in my opinion. You know, if price wants to trade to new highs, we will have to break back above the supply, the sideways price action that led to the down move, right? Where people were accumulating shorts all the way up into that big high time frame level at 48k. We know that we will have to break above there in order for us to go significantly higher. As long as we are below that area, I think the next logical target is at least these equal lows here at 40k. All right. Now, having that in mind, right? How do we potentially trade this? Well, first idea for me, if you zoom into the 4 hour, right, you have clean liquidity resting here, right? All of these highs, even can see it better on the 2 hour, all lower highs, meaning liquidity being built up locally to the upside here. So I think that we will be trading a little bit higher this week, right? Maybe even all the way back towards 45, towards 46k. Yeah, 45 towards 46k. But that will, in my opinion, be a move to fade. That will be the main sweep of local liquidity again, right? And I think then you have a clean short setup here with a clean invalidation and a clean target. Being start shorting at the high, keep your invalidation above the red area, and your targets are the lows. Okay, as you can see to our setup, you could even narrow it down to a setup with a tighter stop. If you see something like this, right, you're consolidating and see another local sweep and a harsh rejection, right, that would be enough for me to look for shorts, and I might try a very tight stop right above the highs and then look to trade it first TP towards this low, second towards this low, and third towards these clean lows. Okay, that's pure trading wise, right? What if we don't get the upside, the local upside I just talked about, and we just start breaking down from here? Well, if we do that without at least taking some key liquidity here to the upside, say we do something like this, right? Especially if it's early in the week, so if it's today or tomorrow, maybe even not even towards 40k, but maybe even a sweep like this, right? I will be looking for longs. I will probably blindly long even, maybe if we sweep and see some strength, look for a long with tight stop below the low, and the target will be these highs into the retest of this range high, and might even hold some in case we squeeze all the way into this red supply. Okay, then this will be the setup. It's all about the draw on liquidity, right? Locally, your draw is to the upside here. High time frame, it's to the downside here. If you sweep high time frame liquidity first without sweeping low time frame liquidity first, then that's a pretty clean long setup. If this sweep happens towards all the way down here, right, and we get a reclaim, that might even be more significant, and I will definitely look for a long targeting range highs and red supply, and then I might even hold some, because at that point we swept high time frame liquidity as well, so that could mean that we have enough strength to break towards new highs. Right, that's trading wise. Now got a lot of questions about spot as well, so generally speaking, after a move like this, which we got last week, and with the weekly and daily closes we had, so back lower down, right, no strength at all, just sweeping liquidity and breaking down, right? Usually after a move like that, what you tend to get, right, people expect price to either to straight break back lower or to board it back up straight higher, right? But what usually happens after a move like this is simply more ranging and bored people the fuck out until they give up, and they chopped everyone up in a stupid range, and then it makes its move. So what I'm expecting here, and what I think is the most likely to happen, is just ranging and low time frame rotations, something like this. Maybe even we go all the way back down again. But I'll spend a lot of time in between, I would say, the most pivotal level on the chart here being 30k and 48k. What does that mean, and how do you take advantage of that? Well, I would say, as for spots, simply buy dips and sell rips, okay? Anything below 40k, in my opinion, for the long term is a good spot buy. Ideal entry if you get a sweep of this liquidity, high time frame lows that were, yeah, sort of the range that was building up, right? And where we broke out from. If we sweep that liquidity into that higher time frame pivot, right? That's a great area to buy spots, in my opinion. If you've been waiting and you've been flat for this entire time, this entire upside, I would even start loading up earlier, right? In case we do this, sweep liquidity, this is still a main key pivot, right? And the sideways price action that led to this breakout towards 40-50k. So this green area is your first buy, in my opinion. Any sweep in there, boom, right? Spot buy. If we get lower, if we break down here and we start ranging here, I think we at least get a sweep a little bit lower before ultimately breaking higher, okay? But generally speaking, if you have a target on Bitcoin, which is a new all-time high, 90 or 100k, 80k, somewhere around there, maybe even a lot higher, right? I think anything below 40k is a great buy. First area of interest, this green area, right? Even especially if you've been flat during this entire time, I would definitely have some exposure on the first step of this green area and hold some power in case we go towards that blue area and take it from there, okay? So as I said, I sold 10% of my spot up there. I'm probably gonna wait for like at least 35, 36 before buying some back. But ultimately, I would love to get some more exposure on the sweep of these lows, which would be at 32.5, okay? My initial plan even was, in case this just didn't give any retraces and we kept mooning and pumping, right? I would have sold 40%. That 60% is for way higher anyways. It's for 80 to 100k. So I will have enough exposure, but yeah, if you get the retest, I'll gladly buy back. All right. In between, right? So as I said, most likely we just see a lot of ranging here in between 30k to 50k. If you break back above here, especially on this level, yeah, then it's just all in longs, squeezing a lot higher. As long as we don't and we range in between these two levels, I would say play altcoins, right? Look for the strongest altcoins. Don't look for the weakest ones. Look for the strong ones that are outperforming, and look for low time frame setups, okay? Look for those 4-hour charts with clean lows getting swept, right? That gives you a clean invalidation. Look for longs on those sweeps, on those reclaims, right, into demand. At target local highs, always take some off as soon as you have profit, right? Make it a risk-free trade by taking off half at 1 hour, for example. Secure those profits and take it easy. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, comment with what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.